Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. Today's video I'm going to continue my series showcasing all of the cars within GT7 in PSVR2. I feel like it really does give you a whole different insight and look into the cars, and that's what this series aims to do. Today's video is thanks to user dcode1000 who kindly recommended that I take a look at the Aston Martin Vulcan. This is an invite only car sadly, and it will cost you 3.3 million credits to purchase. As much as I absolutely despise the invite only system within GT7, this kind of makes this car a little bit special, meaning that it's, well, a bit of a nightmare to actually get hold of. However, if you haven't got hold of it and you want to know what it's like before you go ahead and maybe get the invite and have to put out all those credits, that's what this video aims to do. So we're going to have a look inside the interior of the Aston Martin Vulcan, and as you can see, it very much reminds me of some type of spaceship. You can definitely tell that this car is not street legal and very much made for a track. All the switches, dials, all look very premium, very high detailed, and it's almost like being locked inside this kind of spaceship fighter jet kind of cockpit, and it really does suit the car. The livery I'm actually using is a real life race version of this car that was ran in Brick Car. So I set off around Trial Mountain in the Hypercar parade to give this car a real good thrashing. In all honesty, this is a car that I've not really used since I did my review for it all the way back around the start of GT7's life cycle. In terms of obtaining this car, I actually got it very early in the game. It was the time when Polyphony decided to open up all the invites to all players, and it was a case of just getting the credits together and getting all those invite cars as soon as possible. In all honesty, it really is a bit of a rubbish system, and hopefully Polyphony see past it to remove it sometime in the future. But is this car going to be worth your time, especially if you're a VR player? That's the main point of these videos, is showing them off in VR mode. And in all honesty, I have to say using this car in VR really gave me a whole new appreciation for this car. It very much is a beautiful looking car and very good sounding. One thing I did note is just the sound of the downshifts are massively aggressive. If you're doing it in the tunnel at Trial Mountain like I was at some points through this video, it's absolutely incredible. If you've got a good set of headphones, the way it echoes around the tunnel around you, especially the 3D audio ones, is something to behold. You know, it really does add to the immersion that you're in this kind of, you know, fighter jet type cockpit and you're absolutely taking on everything you can. It really does suit this car, and in all honesty, I think this may just be my favourite Aston Martin in the entire game. For the longest time, this car was basically a garage queen of my collection. It was one of those cars that once I'd done reviewing it and such, I'd just put it away and it fell to the bottom of the car list. However, after digging it out for VR, I honestly feel like that new appreciation I've got for the car is definitely going to make me look deeper into it and find some, you know, better tunes and such. And not only that, just to really enjoy it. And I feel like that's testament to when GT7 is at its best. If you're not worrying about the money within the game and you just want to, you know, go and throw around some really fast, expensive cars, especially in VR, it really cannot be beat. In terms of the hypercars overall, so I'm talking stuff like the FXXK and, you know, the McLarens and such, I honestly feel this may be just my favourite one. There's something so raw and powerful about the way this car feels and the way it sounds. It's just absolutely incredible, and I really feel like a lot of cars don't get that within GT7, where most of them will either feel far too similar or sound far too off, that you don't really get that, you know, bassy feeling as you're flying through a corner, or, you know, shifting down and getting that really hard aggressive kind of downshift feeling, whereas this car massively accomplishes that, and that's probably a testament to it. It really does feel like a premium quality model within the game, not an afterthought. One thing that PSVR2 really does in terms of this car is just make it feel absolutely massive. It feels like no matter what track you're at, this thing's always taking up the entirety of the road. It feels like one big car. However, surprisingly enough, it's very good in its handling and performance. It's really kind of such a strange feeling, and there's not many cars that really give you that sense of feeling within GT7. You know, this is a full-blown race car essentially, and it does feel like that. It just feels like an extra big one, should I say. So we've took a look around the car, we've had a look at the model, the interior, you've seen it racing in action, so let's head over and do the VR replay. Perhaps my favourite little addition to GT7's VR. Now one thing you are going to note is I actually really struggled to keep up with the car. The fact that the camera angle moves around all the time, you'll probably notice that sometimes I did struggle to actually track the car as it goes through shot. It was very, very quick. And like I said, with this mode where it feels like you're an actual spectator, okay, you're not behind the barriers and such, it really does give you the immersion that this car is very, very fast. So since we're in VR replay, I do want to do this mode justice and let you listen to the sights and sounds of the Aston Martin Vulcan. So I'm going to end my commentary here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on so you don't miss an upload from me. If you do have a recommendation for another car you want to see in VR mode, then just let me know down below. The top rated one will be the next car that I choose for a video. I do also want to give a big thank you to Antlion Audio, who sent me their mod mic wireless to test out and give a little review for, so I'm going to be using it for a few videos to see how it compares to my normal microphone. If you do like the sound of this audio, let me know down below. As well as that, if you do want to check it out for yourself, I will put it down in the description down below. This microphone essentially allows you to turn your, well, any pair of headphones really, into a wireless microphone. So it's very, very handy if you've got a spare set or you just want a better mic quality away from like the usual that's implemented into, you know, headsets. I'll also have my Discord and all that good stuff down below, so if you want to check them out, they will be down in that description. I'll see you all later on, guys. Enjoy the sights and sounds of the Aston Martin Vulcan.